Okay, we have Yair Rodriguez taking on Brian Ortega at UFC Mexico City, and this will be the second time that these guys are fighting, and they're fighting in the co-main event. And this fight already happened, so if we're going to look at and break down the first fight that happened, is basically Yair Rodriguez was having good success with his 1-2 and his kicks, and Brian Ortega was holding him up against the cage for the majority of the fight, and eventually got a takedown where he was Yair Rodriguez had an armbar attempt, and Brian Ortega escaped the armbar, but dislocated his shoulder, and they gave a TKO win to Yair Rodriguez. So if we look at the first time that these guys fought, if you look at who won that round, if that injury didn't happen, it was Yair Rodriguez because he was getting more damage. He was having good success with his kicks and his 1-2 because Brian Ortega's strategy for 1-2s is catching it with his face for some reason, and was kind of just walking forward and eating shots until he was able to get him up against the cage where he didn't do much damage in the clinch and got one takedown and dislocated his shoulder because of an armbar attempt. So if Yair Rodriguez is going to win this fight, he's gonna have to go out there and do what he normally does, which is fire lots of kicks. He's gonna have good success with his striking, win or lose. And for Brian Ortega to win, he's gonna have to get a takedown and eventually submit him or hit ground and pound. But I see a submission win more likely. But how I think the fight will go, I am picking Yair Rodriguez to win. I don't know if that's going to be by TKO, KO, or decision, but I think he's going to win. And if Brian Ortega is going to win, he's going to have to catch him in a submission, basically, which I don't know if that can happen. So that's why I think he'll win. If you guys like MMA content, like, subscribe. I'll see you guys later.